Hello, this is Kamau and welcome to my channel. I would love to share something with you this morning. It's something that happened to me the other day and I was so touched. I was so moved by this. Now, I attended the Red Hills All Age School. For those who are not familiar, Red Hills All Age School is located in Red Hills, St. Andrew, Jamaica. So that's West Rural St. Andrew. So I grew up I always talk about Red Hills as a place where it was kind of like the best of both worlds for me. Part country, but close to town, that. So we're in the hills, lots of bush, but near enough to Kingston, right? About 10 miles from the foot of the hill. And our school it was so rural. Our school was actually located in a churchyard at the top of a very big cemetery, right? So that's for another time. That story is for another time. But what I want to talk about is my teacher. I'm not going to mention her name, but for those who know, right? One of my teachers at Red Hills All Age School, I'm still in touch with her today. So I left Red Hills All Age in 1985. 1985, that's many, many years ago. Right. So I'm still in touch with her. She's doing well. She migrated from Jamaica and now living overseas. So the other day, I had some good news to share. Right? My son received the Prime Minister's Youth Award, and I wanted to go tell it on the mountain, right? Share it to everybody. So I was sending out my messages, and I also sent this message to my teacher, my former teacher. She taught me well. So that would have been nearly 40 years ago. Yeah, 85, do the maths, 85 to 2000, that's 15 plus 24, 40 years ago. And, of course, she congratulated me and so on, and we're there talking. And she said, you know what? I have something that you gave to me back then. And I said, really? What's that? She said, yes, you sent me a letter. So this letter was written after I had left all in school, gone to high school. I was now in fourth form of high school when I wrote that letter to her. And she kept that letter for 34 years. 34 years. I wrote that letter in 1990. It's dated. I'm going to share the letter with you. I wrote the letter in 1990. Let me see if I can. I'm going to bring up the letter so you can see the actual letter, right? So 1990. And I was so surprised. I was saying, really? 1990 I wrote the letter? She said, yes. And when I read it, I was really touched. I was really touched, and I'm going to share that letter with you. Hold on. I should have really. Hopefully, I can find it back. It's so important when people have this impact on us And it's the little things, it's the little things that we do, that, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to share the screen because it's not coming up yet. Hold on. What did I might have to just share the screen, but hold on a bit. Let me see. All right, I'm going to share the screen. I was trying to do it as a slide, but I'm going to share the screen, right? All right, so yeah, so as you can see, so this is the actual. I'm gonna show you the actual letter. My teacher kept my letter for 34 years. All right, so I'm going to read the letter for you. So it's quite pale. So if you can see at the top, September 12th, 1990. So 34 years ago, almost to the day, because we're almost in September now, right? No, it's what, August 12th, August 13, yeah. Dear Miss, so I blotted out her name because I don't need to say her name. Dear Miss, how are you? I hope you are still as happy and as beautiful as you were when I last saw you. Now, I love to tell people, if I think you're beautiful, I love to tell you that you're beautiful. If you have a wonderful smile, I love to tell you that. And these are the little things that can make somebody's day. It can make the difference between someone having a wonderful day, a bearable day, a tolerable day, right? You don't know what people are going through, right? So this is how I started that letter. I hope you are still as happy and as beautiful as you were when I last saw you. I am writing to tell you, I'm writing to let you know that I have been successful in my CSEC language exam. I got a distinction, which is the highest grade. I only took English language because fourth formers are not advised to take English, are only advised, to take English and mathematics, and I think I need to practice maths a little more. I don't have to take over English. I am not staying in Red Hills anymore. I am staying with Tashi in Havendale. So I had left Red Hills and gone to live with my uncle in Kingston. It is much easier for me to get to school that way. If I should visit Red Hills School, I don't think I would know many of the students. Almost everyone who I knew have graduated. I have just completed manuscripts for 2 books, which I have recently written. So at this time, I was 15 years old. I wrote my first book when I was 13 years old. So by this time, I had written 2 books. After I have them typed out, my language teacher will accompany me to the publisher's office. If I am lucky, I will have both of them published. Now, I should let you know that to date, I have published 28 books. I have 3 more books to put out this year and many, many more to follow that. Right. So back in Back in 1990, at 15 years old, I had 2 books published. Continue to keep up the good work. So I am telling my teacher, continue to keep up the good work. I still believe that you are the best teacher at Red Hills All-Age School. You are a strong woman, and I know you know when to be stern and when to be tolerable. I think I probably meant tolerant. You have caused many students to pass their common entrance exam. So at that time, it was still common entrance exam. And then we went to the GSAT, and then now we have PEP exam. So that's how long this has been, right? You have caused many students to pass their common entrance exam, and I admire you for it. Hasta luego. So I threw in some Spanish there. Hasta luego. Yours respectfully. And I put my name there. I blotted it out because I no longer use that name. For those who know, I changed my name when I was 18 years old. I had my name changed by deed poll, so I no longer use that name. But trust me, I was just so touched, really touched, and I had to share it with my mom. I had to share it with my aunts and my friends and my kids to let them know that, hey, can you believe my teacher kept this letter that I wrote to her 34 years ago? That to me, I mean, she left Jamaica, she migrated to the US, and she still has that letter in her possession. Maybe she's just someone who keeps. I mean, I'm very sentimental. I have a lot of stuff. I really need to get rid of some of them because it's just piles and piles and piles. But I'm very sentimental, very nostalgic. And maybe she's just like that. Maybe she has dozens of letters, but I do still feel very special that my teacher still has my letter in her possession, even though now she lives in another country. And it has been over 3 decades. It makes me feel really good. And I'm telling you, it's the little things that matter. A lot of times, it's not the great big things that we go out of our way to do. It's just the little things. I just say, you know what, let me touch base with my teacher and see how she's doing and tell her how I am doing, and clearly it meant something to her. So sometimes you get a little urge to reach out to someone, give them a kind word, check up on them. You never can tell how much it means. The other day, this just came to my mind too. The other day, I was walking through the scheme. I was going to the supermarket, and an elderly lady, she just ran out of her house, just run out of the house. And she said, hey, wait. I don't think I've ever spoken to her before. I always pass by her house, never really spoken to her, but she ran out of the house. And when she caught up to me, I was with another person walking, and she said, what is today's date? And I thought that to be a very strange question. I said, why this old lady want to know the date? Why she run out of her house and asked me today's date. But anyway, I said to her, well, today is August 8th, 2024. And she said, okay. And I'm still wondering, this is strange. Why she wants to know the date? She's like maybe in her 80s, right? Late 70s, 80s, thereabout. And then she said, you know what? When you come in from the supermarket, can you bring something for me? And then I said, oh, in my mind, I'm saying, oh, that's the real reason why she stopped me. she doesn't have anything to eat, because I think she probably lives alone. I remember seeing another elderly gentleman there, but I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if he passed on or whatever, but I've never seen anybody else over there. And I'm saying maybe this lady lives alone, maybe she just doesn't have anything to eat. So I went to the supermarket and I got her something, came back, when knock on her door and gave it to her. And when she came out, she was really, I don't know if she was really, really surprised that I had brought it, but she acted as if she was surprised, right? And started calling me granddaughter, her granddaughter, you know. And I could see that she appreciated having it. And I made sure to buy, what I felt could be a good little good little dinner, in case maybe she hadn't eaten from the morning. But it just came back to my mind because I'm saying sometimes you do these little things, and they are the little things that really matter. You don't know the impact that they are going to have on other people, right? So as you go through this life, just try to be kind, try to be helpful. If you don't have anything good to contribute, just keep your mouth shut and don't interfere, right? If you don't have any positive contribution to make, just keep it moving. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you. Um, my teacher had my letter. She still has my letter after 34 years. Send a letter to someone today, you never know how long they're going to keep it for.